Blessings upon blessings, my powerful YouTube family. This is your girl, Miss Bev, with yet another video. Guys, alright, so you all noticed, right? Different glasses, new glasses. Yeah, they came today. Well, actually, Sherry picked them up for me because I got my eyes done when I went up for my physical in the 2 weeks when I went out on vacation. I got everything done. So I was able to get my eyes done and got my new glasses. I just had grown out of love with these. Just didn't love them anymore. It was a quick hate relationship. So I got these, and these I had glasses like this before, and I went back to those kinds of frames. I also got an extra pair, so I'll do a video in these as well. So these, they are transitional and they're bifocals, so no line bifocals. So I got those today. I picked them up and just went into town. Today was our into town day, and I just had to come on here and just report about what happened while we were out and about today. So again, guys, we know that Jamaica is beautiful, right? I'm sorry. Everybody talks about the landscape, everything, the warmth, the beaches, everything about that. The culture is vibrant, and people are loving and kind regardless of how things look and what people really say. There are so many, many, many more people who are just warm and kind and good at heart people. But again, we know that Jamaica has its challenges, right? A whole heap of challenges. One of the most pressing issues affecting Jamaica is a growing perception of violence, fueled by daily news report and the videos on YouTube and wherever else that they're posting the videos over and over and over again. And you know, it just makes it unsettling. And so today, when this happened in the supermarket while I was there, it created that thing of, yeah, we're gonna say we're spiritual and we believe in God, and He says we should not have a spirit of fear. But listen to me, as human beings, we are concerned. We might not be fearful, trembling in our boots every day, but we do have concerns. So we're in the supermarket, and we finally, my driver, he had to go get something done. So I said, all right, we're not going to rush today. We're just going to take our time. I had Kayla with me because she had a half a day of school. I said, we're just going to take our time. So we went around, we picked up what we needed. Actually, I made a list, and I'm so proud of myself that I got everything on the list. I even bought a small thing of rum so that I could add it to some of the cloves. My cousin brought me a bottle of cloves, so each day you eat 2 of them, just 2. But what I do, I put them in my mouth because they are so minty. Instead of just chewing them up, I put 2 on my tongue, and I just enjoy the taste. Just enjoy it. It has a minty kind of a thing to it, so I just keep it on my mouth until it becomes soft, and then I'll chew it and then drink some water with it. So for whatever it's worth, whatever the benefits are, I'll come back and do a video on this. But today we were just doing our thing, and then I did buy a small flask. It's a flask of rum. I don't drink it, but I find that I put it on, like I put it on the pimento, allspice grains, and just use it to rub my knee, because as I tell you, my right knee is just not loving me at all. I mean, not loving me a lot. I wouldn't say it's not loving me, because I get out, I went upstairs to pick up my packages. I move around, I do what I have to do, but it doesn't, there's just a little bit of You can feel some pain in it. So, but it doesn't impede me from doing what I need to do. I get things done, everything done. I was standing in the line at the bank today, and I saw a lady. She's a returning resident, and you listen to her talk, and she have the swagger, but boy, the body is not complying with her at all. Look at all. The knees look like they're done, and her back looks like it's done as well. And she's just pushing through, but she's just happy that she's a returning resident, and she's doing. But that aside, that's not why I'm here tonight to even talk about anybody. I'm not talking about her. I'm just saying you could see the pain. So I'm kind of happy in a sense that I came home and is able to enjoy a lot of stuff as per what I want to enjoy. I'm not a street person, so I'm not out there on the street every day. But I am enjoying being here for now. I miss my children. That's the biggest piece of my thing, along with the lights cutting off. Don't like when the lights get cut off, But we finished there. We went, and we're in the supermarket. And Kayla and myself, we picked up. We did what we had to do. Had a good time, just getting the things that we needed because we made a list. We didn't just go in there to spend foolishly. We made a list. And we went with it, and we checked off, and we finally got up to the front. We're in line. A young man who has been there for a long time with us. One of them got fired, but he's still there. So whenever we go in and he sees us, he's always come to the aisle and says, "Hi, miss, how are you?" I said, "Oh, how are you?" And I said, "You're going to help me today?" And he says, "Yes." And he'll tell me, he picked up whatever I needed to pick up. They have any case of anything, he brings it to the front for me until I get there. So we came up, we're taking out the things, we're putting the frozen things in a container, and the girl is checking, and then we heard this big commotion. We heard, "Just give me the receipt." And I'm saying, what is this? Then all of a sudden we hear this loud cussing and, effing, just the bad words and the bad behavior just going. And all that the security man, what had happened was that this guy, he came in and he, it looks like he walked in with a bottle in his hand. It looks like it's a drink or water or something, but he walked in to the supermarket with that. Now, when he was leaving, it looks like he went in and just picked up a pack of biscuit and decided to walk out with it. And the guy was saying to him, "These are what they do at the front right there. When you're leaving the store, you have to show them the receipt. And then they check certain things and you go through." But this guy decided that he's not showing any receipt, and just becomes so volatile. I'm telling you guys, everybody was just like on their toes. Everybody was on their toes. It's like, they didn't know what was going to happen next. And all the noise and the chaos, it was crazy. Everybody in the store is like looking like, to take cover in case anybody had pulled out a weapon. Well, somebody there had a weapon, but it was an undercover cop. And so what made it interesting is that he didn't have on a uniform. He was just in a regular sweatpants and his sandals. And so as they continue, as the guy's saying, "All I'm asking for is your receipt. If you have a receipt for the thing, just show your receipt." And him just, what you want? What your problem? What your problem? Hey, what your problem? And just went belligerent, just went so badly. So it's just like it's an ordinary day, and now it take on this unnerving. This was an unnerving turn of events, and the way he just acted so violently, like he was ready to push violence. And I was like, he had a little bag there, and because you know of these things and know how people are just quick to react to things, it just escalated the point where, because the police had to intervene. And this is just a stark reminder of the undercurrent of tension many of us feel, both locals and returning residents alike, as we navigate life in a society grappling with the impact of crime and conflict. You know, everything. You hear them on the school bus, on the taxis. I remember just one taxi I was heading to one of the banks down there some months ago, and it's just a matter of the guy saying, you can't park here as a guy. And the guy just starts some bad words, and I had the two kids with me then, and I mean, I'm just like, what was that for? All the guy was said to him, there was no space for them to park there. They would have had to go on into the parking area that was designated for parking. And this was a guy who was carrying the public people, you know. Go ask your mother and got this and that, where. Mr. Just reeling out the words like the guy said something to him so hateful. And I'm saying, oh my good God, the kids say, can't you see the kids? So I'm walking, I just hustle with the kids and just pass by. And I'm just in awe, like, are you kidding me for no reason? Are we so stressed out? So some of these incidents extend far beyond the individuals directly involved, because casting a shadow over the collective sense of the safety and trust. You know, we're here and we want to enjoy the place, but we want to feel safe as well, you know. We want to trust that, yes, there's a lot of camera in the area, but we want to trust that people just not make a big deal out of these little things and just let us live in peace, you know. For me as a returning resident, and those because we live abroad and are eager to reconnect with our homeland, these displays of aggression, man, may I tell you, it can be disheartening, you know. The image that they tell us becomes marred by the fear and the concern for our personal security. So we dream of retirement, we dream of opening businesses, not me here, or simply reconnecting with family. We're frequently tempered by anxiety, with some off. Just some off, not all of it, but some with anxiety. And so many people in abroad. Me master, me not go working out at the place. Me prefer stay here, so you know, them prefer stay abroad and go through the cold weathers, and they don't even long to come home. Some of us, the weather gets cold and we start longing to return home. But some of them, clearly, my accountant says never. She said, never going back there. I said, what? She said, never. I'm done. I visit, come back home. But this is home for me. And so you find that locals, this constant exposure to violence can breed desensitization and heightened fear, right? For local people. But it just seems like the locals, and really, it's like we're in the supermarket, so many of us, so everybody kind of just understand by like, what's going to happen next if this guy starts shooting up the place? You know, like, it was so it was unnerving. We just didn't know what could have happened, you know. And so, you find that when you have these kind of things happening, this is the first time, though, I've been there and have had this kind of a thing, and I'm going to speak on that briefly in a second, because a lot of people are saying, some people are saying, oh, it's just a pack of biscuit and this and that and whatnot. But I just kept quiet. But as I was standing outside, I was saying to the young man who packed these things and was waiting to load them in the car, into the van, I said, you know, people, we really don't think. I said, if I have a business and I'm selling crackers and water and milk and juice and whatnot, and every day somebody comes in and take a pack of biscuit without paying, what's going to happen next? If every day they're saying, just let the man stay with him biscuit and go on, oh my God, just a pack of biscuit. But if we all sit back and say it's just a pack of biscuit, it's just a candy, how much is the entrepreneur going to be losing? How can they maintain a business? How many copycats are going to come and just take and walk out because those on the outside are saying it's nothing. They don't see it as anything. They don't see it as anything wrong for him to come in and take it. We have gone in the supermarket and I'm dead thirsty. We're coming from the airport and we stopped to get stuff to bring in when we were doing the Airbnbs and stuff. And when we got there, I drank like 2 things of water. But I put the empty bottles right there in the cart. And when I come up that they could collect their pay for it, I never took it for granted. I'm going to drink their water and walk out with it. They owe me that. No. I drank it, I put it in the cart, and paid for it when we got to the counter. So when we look at these kind of violence and unnecessary violence that is heightening fear in people, you know, it's very harmful, because a lot of communities may withdraw. Like in the community, I'm not going to that supermarket anymore. We decide to not go to that supermarket. The businesses are going to suffer, right? Because we don't want to go in these places because it's going to create a problem. Individuals may feel a loss of you know, urgency in addressing the root causes of these social issues. Because a lot of people, they're not looking to see the reason why. I think maybe he had no money. But whether he had money or not, I would have preferred him walking in and begging somebody a biscuit, you know. But all the guy was doing is doing his job. If I have to speak to you again about those things, Kayla, I'm going to be very disappointed. You're going to be disappointed. Take up your timetables. You need to know them tomorrow. Put away the dolls and those things now. Put them away. You're always going to have them to play with. There's a time and place for everything, Kayla. You have to remember that. I should have talked to you so much times. And I'm doing the video, and I made people hearing me have to reprimand you because you're not listening, Kayla. You have to listen, Pumpkin. Listen and follow directions. It's one-on-one. You don't have to make it be 3, 4, 5 times the same thing. Take up your book, man. You can do it. Go to your 4-time statement and then let me hear you say it. I'm a parent, guys. I'm a parent, and so I'm doing the videos, and I'm not going to make it seem like it's all perfect and it's all hunky-dory. It's not. She's a child growing up, and believe me, it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking and redirections. It's not easy. And again, you know, it's what it's how it is. So again, when these things are going on, tourism is part of what Jamaica has, right? And the investors that are coming in from all parts of life, they're not Jamaicans, they're just foreigners coming in and investing today. We're coming in, and a whole hillside again is being cleared. Like it's like they're going to be building on the entire hills. Like, I don't know how many. We have 900 homes in this project here. I don't know how many. That hillside looks like it's going to do another 1,000 plus up there. But what are you going to do? You know, they're coming in, they're doing their investments. Those who can get work, more power, but because you see that they're bringing a lot of foreign people in to help on these projects. So it's not easy, but we have to understand that tourists and investors vital to Jamaica's economy might hesitate to visit or to contribute, further stalling development in regions that desperately need growth. But they're coming in and they're investing and they're bringing in the people, and I'm hoping that the violence doesn't run them away. I think it used to be more violent, and now we're hoping the year just started and we see a lot of things that is happening. You hear it in the news every single day. Every single day. Just recently, a police officer shot his girlfriend. You know, why? Because she's cheating on him. Woman, if you don't love the men, walk away. We stop playing these games. A lot of us are out there, we're loving, oh, this one is good in bed, so you're going to hold on to him. But this one have the money and we pay the bills and all that. So you want to have it both ways. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. Somebody's going to get upset because if you tell the truth and you have good and you have a communication, you said, look, it's not working, this is how I feel, da 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 da. I wonder if it would soften the blow. But talk about it before you start running in people's face with another person. Many people don't stop to think of the repercussions of prison and how hard it's going to be for them before they get up and just strike out. A lot of times it's the lying and the pretending, and then people have to find out because somebody sees something and go say something, and it's hard. Sometimes, yes, you get into things and you didn't know some things before you got into it. But look at the pros and the cons. Is it worth it? If there's abuse, run away. If they don't wait and play around with it until it gets out of control. If you start a relationship and somebody's raising the voice at you and then you know it's not going to avail too much. Don't wait till they get attached and start spending their monies, because that's how we have problems later. So the violence is there, and we have to just try. I don't know how we're going to do it, because a lot of people, the violence stems from people having problems with each other and the scamming that was going on so horribly, and people get mad. But however, addressing this issue requires more than just condemnation. We can't condemn anybody. We can only look for solutions and hoping that everybody together, collectively, we will find a way to strengthen community policing, fostering programs that promote conflict resolution, and investing in education and economic opportunities. Guys, remember, if you can afford to buy a biscuit in the supermarket, then my God, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm having all this bright light. I don't know. But so as the little boy, it's like the young man, so I said, do you think it's the Blackwood hoodies? And I noticed that as they passed me, because they were trying to peek in, there were some people gathered out there, because one person had come up to the store. When I go look at the camera, when I hold up the man up in there and I come go and just making things worse than it should. And then the guy was in there, go look at the camera. The police was whatever, because I think they said, I didn't want to be part of that. They said the police had drawn his gun in there. But you had the guy at the door trying to instigate in the crowd, telling them, but it takes a minute to look at the camera, taking off that camera now to go look while other people are shopping, it's gonna put the supermarket in jeopardy, because anybody now can pick up something and move with it, because them thinks that the camera is now being looked at in for something. I tell you. But the good thing though, when the young men passed me, and when I said to them, maybe the hoodies are why the police are, you don't need hoodies. You're handsome young men. You don't need hoodies like this in the hot sun. Maybe that's why. And that as they walked, as they passed me, I saw when one of them just did like this and pulled it right off his head. And I just said to him, thank you, son. And he just looked and smiled. So we can be effective, guys. I don't know what to say. I know sometimes people are telling us, mind our business and don't say nothing to nobody, I know. But I felt good regardless of what was going on in the supermarket, the chaos, people trying to move away, some people trying to see what's going to happen, whilst others were just hustling away from the scene. I had nowhere to hustle to, because I was waiting for my drive to come. So Kayla and I had to just stand up together right there behind the post and wait for him to come around. I called him, I said, there's chaos over here, you just need to come now. And so he had gone to get us lunch, and so he doubled back and come and got us out of there. But it's not easy, but we have to try to find a way to ease some of the stresses that people are going through, because when we have the lopsidedness, the unevenness in any community or in any country, when you have some who are doing so well, and some not, it's hard. They can't find, it's not that they don't want to work, but they just cannot find the work. It's not easy. And some of them, even if they find the work, and when they look at how much it costs them to get to that job and how much the job pays in the end, it's like, especially people with children. When kids are out of school and you want to pay them the little bit of minimum wage, it's one thing if they live at home. That money is going in their pockets or just got to contribute to maybe helping mama buy a little milk or sugar or one chicken. But when you talk about big men with children, then we have to think about what their pay should be. Because if them have kids to deal with, to send to school, to pay taxi fare, to do all of this, it's not easy. It's not easy. Minimum wage cannot do it. And so we have to find some kind of a way where we are addressing the issues. We have to do a collective some action, have some action plan in place where we are strengthening the community and the policing in the community, fostering programs that promote the conflict and resolution in our mind. We have to learn to work out our difference without the anger, because we know it's the anger that creates the fights and the problems. Somebody says something like, show me your receipt, and somebody go start jump up in at them face like, what kind of effing receipt? What you suck your mother, suck your mother. Just as simple. It's okay, just show me the receipt. Show me your receipt that you bought the thing in here. And all you have to do is to show the receipt instead of you start, something has to be wrong with you. So we have to figure out with the conflict resolution piece of it. We have to invest in education and economic opportunities, and we have to tackle the root cause of violence. The root cause of violence: poverty, unemployment, and lack of access to resources. So Jamaica can rebuild the trust and security its people deserve if they put things in place with education, with lessening the poverty rate in Jamaica. We have to. There are too many people who are in need, just living because they can live. Some people, I said, I don't know, because some of them make some bad choices when they were younger and was making money, and they waste it out in the rum bar and they waste it out on women. Them have them baby mother at home, but they have 6 other women all over the place, and everybody have their hands stretched out. Because some women, even though them know that men are married, because of they have to feed their children, and because of it's just chaotic. It is just chaotic because there's no resource to support them. In America, you have welfare, you have Section 8 for housing, you have all of these resources there. But in Jamaica, what do they have? And instead of taking the birth control it's up to them, each his own, I don't know. It's just, I won't get into that, I shouldn't have. But that's one of the problems. And so they have all these baby mothers and the little job cannot maintain. And so you have all of these issues consistent. The poverty rate just keep climbing and climbing. Because people not listening and they're not trying to contain things so that they're not having these heap of children and they're not able to help the children the way the kids should be helped. And then some kids are left wandering the streets and left, just doing things because what do? They live in a one room, all of them in the one room, mama and daddy over the son, them over there, son. It's rough. So we have to think about how we're going to change these things so we can just minimize some of the issues that are going on. Jamaica is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place, And so we need to be able to just quash some of the things that are creating the problems, and just go back to that kind of way of living where we can talk without it becoming a weapon drawn. So by God's grace, guys, we just continue to pray one for another, right? Just pray upon another and hope for the best, especially for the young people who are the ones who will have to take over for tomorrow. Let us just pray and hope that things will change so that as tomorrow comes, the poverty will be less, people will be smarter at the way they do things, living in their means, not living above their means and then become, the buying these things, buying those things, and then when the little money they have can't pay for it, then they turn to taking what other people have worked hard for and have lived without. If you can't afford a vehicle, then don't buy a vehicle. I'm down here, I don't have to be out on the road every day. I don't have a vehicle. In America, I had my vehicle, but I never drove them because I'm not excited for driving. So, but I stay in my lane. I know how it is. It takes whatever. I stay in my lane and I'm content. I'm content. So unless we can find a way to be content, and be thankful and turn we hand and make fashion and hope for the best, it's going to be tough. So that was just my day today, guys. That's just my day today. It was quite nerve-wracking, but thank God we're home safely, and we give thanks to God for taking us out and giving us journeying mercies and protecting us while things become wild out there. And so we thank Him for all things.